Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sharath. In this series, we will learn how to design this cool UI, and I will divide this series into two parts, in which the first part will cover how to add the image view and what are the items to be added in the recycler view. And in the second part, we will learn how to change the color when we click on the items of the recycler view using the palette API. So let's get started. I've added the two dependencies here. One is for the recycler view and one is for the palette. Now I will remove this toolbar. I'll just change it to no action bar, and now I'll start designing the UI. So I'll be using relative layout as the parent tag, and I will add the toolbar to match parent of width and action bar size. I'll be using relative layout inside this, and I will tell you why. So basically this relative layout holds the two icons. One is for going back and another one is for adding favorite. So we will add those two icons. Go to drawable and click on this vector asset. And search for this icon, and I will change the color to white. And I will add the one more icon. So this will be for favorite border, and this will also be white PNG. For now I will make the background as black. Image view, wrap content, and source will be back icon, and another image view, and this will be favorite border. So this will be aligned to the end of the relative layout and center, and same to this, but this will be aligned to start. So as you can notice, there's an inset gap, inset edges between the toolbar and the image view. To remove that, we need to go to the toolbar and set inset start to 0 dp and inset end to 0 dp. So now we can set the padding to this. Padding start 16 dp and padding end to 16 dp. So now it looks good. I'll remove this texture. Okay, now I will add a nested scroll view with width of match parent and height of match parent. So inside the nested scroll view there should be a one parent tag. So it should be something like this: match parent and wrap content and orientation to vertical. Inside this linear layout, everything should be covered. There shouldn't be two tags inside the nested scroll view, which might result in the crash. Okay. So now we will create the layout for name, type, and price. So all these three will be inside one linear layout. So which will be width of match parent and height of wrap content, and orientation will be vertical. So let's add the text view now. So this is for the name, and text size 222 sp, and text color white. So as you can see, this is on over the toolbar. So we can set the margin for this scroll view of margin top, action bar size. So as you can see, this is the action bar size which I have given here for the toolbar. Okay, now we will give a margin of 16 dp, and we will add a text view for the type. I'll just copy this and I will name it as wireless, as this is a wireless headphones. Change the size to 16 sp, and as it is white, I want it to be a light color, so I will set alpha for 0.75. So this will be a gray color, and we should add a one more text view which is for the price. So here we can change the font family. So you can go to design, select this, and on the right hand side search for font family. More fonts, pop-ins, and okay. Yeah, as you can see, now we have changed the font. I will change the resolution, and I will add the font for the price. And now we can change the font for this again for the wireless. So I want a lightweight pop-ins font. So similarly, I will go to font family and select more fonts, and I will search for pop-ins, and this time I want it medium. It's done. Okay, now we need to create the layout for image view. So one is image view, and another one is the list which contains the list of other headphones. I'll create a linear layout with match parent and wrap content, and orientation for this will be horizontal, and I will give a weight of 1 so that the main linear layout which contains the image view will be of width 0 dp and height wrap content, and its weight will be 0.75. So this image view contains this linear layout contains the image view, and another linear layout contains the list of images of other headphones. So here it will be the image view, wrap content and wrap content, and here it will be list, recycler view, match parent and wrap content. So you can get this recycler view by adding this dependency over here. Okay, now it's time to import the images. So as you can see, its dimensions of these images are more than 1767 into 1039. So we need to create another drawable folder. Click on RES and go to Android resource directory and search for density. So I want it for extra high density. Click on this and select drawable over here and click on OK. We will copy these images and paste it inside the folder which we created now. We got all the images. So we can decrease the size of these images by selecting all, right click and convert to WebP. So you can decrease, say how much ever you want. So I will be selecting here. So accept all. Click on the accept all. So we just saved 2.9 MB of the app size. So now I will add red headphone over here and I will add the recycle. I've already added the recycle view and I will give the ID for this and I will give the ID for this image view. So let's see how does this look on the tablet and the smaller devices. What we can do to maintain the aspect ratios is go to the image view and set the scale type to center crop and adjust view bonds to true. So you can already see the differences here and I will give the margin of 16 dp and now I'll create the layout for the description and buy now button. So I'll create another linear layout with match parent and wrap content and orientation to vertical. So I'll just copy this text over here and paste it here. I'll change this to description and we'll give the margin to this linear layout of 16 dp. It looks good. Now I'll select this wireless and I will change this from wireless to some description. So to get this, we'll go to browser. We will wait until it loads and I think we need 2 paragraphs. It's enough. Okay, we can copy this and let's create a string resource for this and I will name it as RM. Click on this and I will change this from wireless to the content which we copied. So it looks good. We will decrease the size of this around 14 sp. And we'll give the margin top for this. Let's say 12 dp and margin bottom 12 dp so that we get the gap from description to this content. Okay, now it's time to add our button. It's match parent and wrap content and text to buy now and we'll give test all caps to true. background to white color, and let's change the font family to Poppins medium maybe. Let's see how does it look. Okay, for now I'll be adding this description. By now it looks good. Let's import another icon for this. Now go to this drawable folder, right click, go to new and click on vector asset, and we need to select this icon, keyboard arrow right, okay, and this is white. Click on next and finish. So drawable end will be keyboard right. Oops, sorry, I should have changed the color. You can do it here. I will change this color to black. And I will change this font family from Poppins medium to Poppins semicolon. And now I will remove this visibility of description. Now it's time to create the recycler view layout folder, and click on this layout resource file and name it as something like headphone items. So I'll change this to wrap content and add to wrap content. I will add the image view, wrap content, yellow headphone, and we'll give the margin, sorry not here, I'll give the margin as 16 dp, and I will change the scale type to center crop and adjust view bonds to true. Now let's see how does it look over here. Recycler view, tools list item, headphones items, item count 4, and give the gravity to center. So if you like this design without a background, you can skip this step. Otherwise, if you want a white background, you should create a drawable folder, and I will name it as rounded corners. So I will change this to shape of rectangle, corners, radius of 20 dp, and I will go to this XML file, create a background which is rounded corners, and background tint will be white color. Now let's check it. We will give a padding, so it would look something like this. Suppose if you don't want this white background, you can just remove this and it will look something like this. Okay, we will add the white background for now. Okay, now as you can see, I've already created the model. So in this tutorial we will just add the model for one variable, which is for image, and I will create a constructor for this. So one will be the empty constructor, and another constructor will hold the images. And we need to generate the getters and setters for this. Now we'll go to main adapter. First we will create the main viewHolder class and extend it with recycler view dot viewHolder. So there is some error, so we need to create a default constructor. So in the constructor we will pass view, and let's import the view and name it as item view. So now the error is gone. So for the main adapter class we need to extend it with recycler view dot adapter and pass main viewHolder in the generic type. We need to implement three methods over here. Let's click on OK. First we will create the variable of list which contains a generic type of main models, and I will name it as main model list. I'll create the constructor for the main adapter which holds list of main models. I'll give the ID for this image view to image item. I'll copy the image item and create the image view variable in the main viewHolder class. Image view equals item view dot find view by id r dot id dot image item. For the get item count, we should return the size of the main model list. So the main model list dot size. As you can see, this method returns the main viewHolder type. So return new main viewHolder layout inflator dot parent. Parent is nothing but the view group here. Dot get context inflate or dot layout dot. I'm unable to find the head phone items XML file. I'll just copy it to make sure it's the correct spelling. I'll paste it over here, but still it's showing the same error. Let's continue it for now. Let's try to rebuild the project once and check whether the error will be removed or not. The error is not removed. Looks like there is some problem. Already tried to rebuild. Let's check. No, it's not reflecting over here. Okay. Now we need to set the image resources for the image view. So let's copy holder.imageview.setImageResource to the images which will be in that list. So main model list dot get position dot get images. Everything is fine except that XML. Now we'll go to main activity and we will create a variable which contains the list of main models and name it as main model list. I'll create another variable which contains the list of images and name it as images list. r.drawable.wet headphone, r.drawable.black headphones, dark blue headphones, and finally r.drawable.yellow headphones. Now, create an instance of the create a variable for recycler view and main adapter. Recycler view equals find view by id r.id.recycler view. So if you remember, this is the recycler view which we had created in the activity main.xml. Now we will assign this main model list to an array list. We will create a for each loop which will contain the list of images for each. So as you can see, it is the type of integer. So let's get integer, name it as I, and give the name images list. And I will create the main model. So the object is created, main model.set images, and I will pass the variable I which contains the images list, and I will add this main model to the array list, which is main model list in this case. Main model list dot add main model. Now we need to call the adapter equals new main adapter and pass this main model list. Now we need to set the layout manager. Recycler view dot set layout manager. In this case, it's just the linear layout manager, and pass the context. And finally, we will set the adapter. And that's it. Now we will try to run this. Okay, we got the result. Let's go down and there's the button. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. There's a lot more to come in the next part, which covers the palette and the animations. So let's go to the next part.